One Piece chapter 1114, titled The Wings of Icarus. And that's a title that Oda has chosen. And it's a perfect one for this chapter. Now, let's get into the chapter immediately because this is very interesting and very important because everybody around the world is reacting to the broadcast and everyone's opinions are mixed kind of, except for some people. I mean, we're about to get into different reactions already, but here we go with the first reaction. New Navy HQ in the New World, which that's where it takes us, basically. And as I said, it makes reactions from different people. The world's going to sink into the ocean, as they say. And does he realize what he's saying? Dr. Vegapunk. And then he got Akainu out to the side. And I'm imagining what Akainu's thinking in his head. And I can think a bunch of reasons. He's probably thinking at this point, said, well, shit. Well, the world government dropped the ball on this one. The five elders dropped the ball on this one. So that means Dr. Vegapunk is dead. Okay. Wherever that means. Then the town of Mockery, Mock Town. And you can already tell people are laughing because they think Vegapunk is crazy for saying this. And one of the people in the tavern, this guy's a riot. He's trying to panic everyone and take the world down with them. How the heck the whole world is meant to sink, Mr. Genius? Oh, the ways you don't think they don't know how to sink. And a bad way to... Now we get to Water 7. Pay attention to Water 7 now. Because this does tie back to Water 7 arc of what occurred there. But the city of Water 7, if he was just talking about this city, I believe him in an instant. But the whole world, it'll take a more than rising tides to do that, right? Like I said, everybody's having that mixed opinions about what Vegapunk said. Even Vegapunk said it himself. If you don't believe this, then disregard it. Either way. That's what he's going to say. And then we go straight to Impel Down. Impel Down. So who's in Impel Down right now? Don Flamingo. And who's with them? Boy. So the underwater prison Impel Down. Don Flamingo is having a ball right now. Cause this information that's dropped, Don Flamingo is trying to get the hell out. This is what I'm trying to say. And that goes with the things that Don Flamingo's information about the celestial dragons. Oh boy! So if he gets out and he starts blabbering about the celestial dragon secrets, oh man! And I was gonna mention this in the last chapter, but Robin is basically on that list. I'm pretty sure on the top of the hit list right now in this chapter or next chapter. But Robin is basically the target point right now. Because she was one of the last surviving archaeologists on the Library of Ahara. Or the horror incident Buster Call. So speaking of that, Don Flamingo says this just gets better and better. Isn't your job to take care of your inmates, Magellan. And Magellan, I forgot he was with Don Flamingo for what the hell reason. Because believe it or not, assassins are still after Don Flamingo, but they haven't reached where Magellan and Don Flamingo is at, which that's kind of weird. Though, considering where they at, I mean, who can blame them? What are you going to do if the prison gets completely flooded? Is what Don Flamingo says. Magellan's rebuttal to that, well, you have a point. The sudden sea rise earlier caused havoc with some cells. So when did this happen? When the level rise earlier caused havoc with some cells. So what are the cells? Which level of the impaled down got flooded? I wonder. Was it level 6? Because I understand that, because that's in like the deepest lower level of impaled down. And Magellan goes on, and that was only 1 meter. So that was 1 meter. Only 1 meter. How many meters would it take to cover the whole world? That's an interesting one too. Most urban areas will be screwed if water levels rose just another 5 meters. Though Flamingo laughs, maybe we should all evacuate. We could always go somewhere higher up. High up. Now, when I first read this chapter and thought reread it a few times and then caught high up, somewhere high up. So, concerning what's the title of this chapter, the wings of Icarus, and what that entails, we all know the legends of the wings of Icarus at this point. So basically what I'm trying to say is, don't fly too close to the damn sun. That's the main takeaway of this whole chapter. I'm pretty sure everybody will put that 2 pieces together, but we'll see where this will go though. So hopefully things will change. Now on to the Ruru Kingdom of Fishman Island, and they are more shocked to hear that than anybody else is, since they live completely underwater. I mean, what you need to go on the surface for? But I get it, sunlight, but what you gonna do if all the islands are basically filled up to the damn brim? So, Father, is that really going to happen? And the king, sounds outlandish, Jomon. But it may sound outlandish, but it does come back to Poseidon, though. But then again, we'll see, though. Now, back to Egghead, the island of the future. And everybody else is having, I mean, like I said from the beginning of this video, mixed reactions from different people. Some people will believe it. Some people will, like, put it as, well, shit. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Then again, you know what? I just remembered something. I think it was before Kuma's flashback. I can't remember what the chapter was. I might have to go back, and when I go back, I'll put it in the tag in the video. But there was like a strange earthquake and the rising tides of I think it was Fuchsia Village. The fishermen was, I think they couldn't fish because the water was rising to a certain point and they couldn't fish for food for a while. So I don't know if that's tying back to this chapter. See what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of shit going down around the world, but nobody took heed to that little detail, except several people. This is crazy talk, as all Marines would have it, but the world's most acclaimed scientist is saying it. Yeah, it doesn't matter if if it's true, it will cause mass panic and chaos, which they're right, which they gotta keep that chaos and panic in control, so nobody would speculate anything. Like I said, mixed opinions. But if people found out that it came true or it is true, then, well, what can you do? All right, then enough with the lies and madness. As one of the vice admirals says, this is madness. Is it though? I mean, come on now. We all know. And I'm pretty sure the five elders know. And I mean, they know. Last chapter, and I want to make this very, very direct. They were serious about cutting that broadcast off. If they didn't, then Vegapunk would have spilled everything. Which that's what he's doing right now in last chapter and this chapter. He just dropped a bombshell. And I mean a bombshell, guys. That bombshell, for some strange reason, got a major reaction out of the five elders. The five elders know what Vegapunk's talking about. And so does the Celestial. Like I said, this broadcast is transmitting around the world. That transmission or that broadcast is broadcasting to the Celestial Dragons, to Marijwa. And I'm pretty sure Eam knows that too. He's watching this and hearing this. So I'm pretty sure he is, let's just say, I don't know, kind of pissed right now or kind of frustrated right now. And so more so than the five elders, which they are panicking right now. I'm pretty sure they are getting super serious in this chapter. Like blood blowing out for blood kind of serious. Because they want to shut this whole thing up immediately. But as one of five elders says, quickly eradicate the broadcast now. No, snuff out every living thing you can sense. We can deal with the ramifications later, which I think you already, that is already out of control already. You're getting too serious right now, which you're already serious, but I'm just saying. And then you got York searching for the broadcast now, which I already tell you this, but in the last video I did say it has to be Punk Records. That's the only thing that's broadcasting right now. Don't know if that's true or not, but damn, Stella, did he really spill the beans on everything? Oh boy. Oh boy. See, going off a tangent real quick, I want you just to realize that O'Hara Clover was about to spill everything on, not spill everything, but was about to tell the war government or whoever was on the phone, on the other side of the phone, what he discovered. But got shot to death, or got shot right there and there on the spot, and said, "Yeah, you know too much. Bye," and done away with them. Now, here we are with a surviving O'Hara from that island that got Buster called to oblivion. Now we got Nico Robin. For some strange reason, Robin had all the information. If she wanted to, and I was thinking about this too while I was reading the chapter, her and Vegapunk have both researched, and I'm pretty sure Robin did too on Poneglyph. But if she wanted to, she can just really stick it to the world government. Just put the her on them, and that might put her in danger and raise her bounty from like what was it, like 79? It was 79. Her first bounty was like 79. 79,000 79 million, I believe. 79 million berries. Want the poster up there until now, before pre-time skip. But now her bounty is about to be risen even further. Luffy, the whole Straw Hat crew is going to get a bounty boost. But even Luffy and who else? Robin are the only two that's gonna get a bounty boost, major boost, because they're Robin has information that she can drop anytime. What Vegapunk does. I don't know why she didn't do it in the beginning, but if she really wants to stick it to the government, I mean, there you go. I mean, what could the government do? I mean, they can censor it or not uh, do a damn thing about it. I mean, they can censor it. I mean, then again, you got big news Morgan. If Robin went to Morgan's, whoo shit, you think Morgan's would censor that? Remember, Morgan's all about the drama and big news. But would that really suffice? Let's be honest here. All right, enough of my tangent. I'm done. Anyways, please humor me for a moment as I make a prediction. Assuming my sensor radar is accurate, a few days from now, as I record this, before he died, mind you, before he died, an exceptionally vicious earthquake will rock the entire planet. And everybody's like, huh? I mean, are you serious? Rock the planet? And you cut back to Smoothie, and she's, like I said, little detail people noticing. And she says, don't tell me he's talking about today's earthquake, right? Didn't he die after this recording? And it continues. Following this a calamity, sea levels the world over will rise over 1 meter. So 1 meter. A number of islands will become uninhabitable. No way he's actually saying it saw it coming. Which Vegapunk is a genius. Remember that, kids. He's a genius. And a smartass, too. But mostly a genius. He continues, and naturally, many beaches will also be completely submerged. So, 1 meter. Remember, 1 meter. I don't know. Let's see. I think he said 5 days from now, 1 meter will rise. Sea levels will rise by 1 meter. We don't know the ramifications if the sea levels rise by 2 meters. Rise above 2 meters. But also, Vegapunk also continues, and this is worldwide. Remember I said, everybody's seeing this, and they all are having the same reaction. Not like different opinions, but they're having a reaction, or some people are having the same reactions. And they're all shocked and like, in complete silence and was like, "You're telling me if 5 days from now the sea levels will rise by 1 meter, you're saying that some of the islands will be submerged?" See, if you were a random citizen and you had to be one smart ass person to notice the difference between the sea levels. Like if you're a sailor or a fisherman and you notice like the difference between the sea levels, you know how paranoid people will think you are if you went and tell everybody, say, "Hey, we have a problem here. The sea level is rising for some damn reason." You know how like someone, a random person, would just come up to you, or even you'll be like Usopp. I mean, and you already know how Usopp was treated. He was treated like, "Oh, this guy is just spouting bullshit. It's like a bunch of hoopla out of nowhere." But that random sailor is like, "No, I mean, it's true. The sea level is rising all of a sudden." But if this doesn't come to pass, feel free to disregard the rest of this message. Which it did come to pass, as Vegapunk is saying this. This is freaky. How was he able to call it? Which it did come true, by the way. So everybody's looking at, even Aokiji in this panel is looking like, well, shit. Well, uh, this is not good. So 5 days. If 5 days, after 5 days, so I'm wondering, after 5 days, I know I said that 2 times. I know. 1 meter will go up. Sea levels will rise by 1 meter. So does that mean another 5 days will go by and another sea level will rise by 1 meter? Or would that be double that by like 3 meters of sea level will rise? I'm not gonna lie, guys. The one Oda is ready to turn up this storyline up a notch. I mean, Vegapunk is exposing everything. Everything. Well, he continues. Assuming, however, these events have transpired, then please pay heed to what I have to say. And he does. So if everybody thinks this transpired, then don't disregard that. But please listen to what he says, because that's what he said to everybody around the world. Just pay attention to what I have to say. If this transpired, please, 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 for the life of God, do what I say. Or hear what I have to say, because this is important. Then again, who knows? Mixed reactions, but same reactions at the same time. Anyways, the earthquake I just predicted cannot, strictly speaking, be considered a natural phenomenon. So, and then you got Saint Saturn screaming, "Vegapunk, not another word." And you can just see everybody's just, well, he's pushing everybody that's going after Robin. And he said, "Get out of here." And Vegapunk continues, "I've always naively yearned for peace and prosperity. And that brought me to what proved to be my first great sin." Remember, Vegapunk did say I committed many sins, but he committed his first great sin and we must and then but I flew too close to the sun. So he couldn't have made a great sin, is what Vegapunk said. But he flew too close to the sun. So I wonder, what part of sin did he flew too close to? Was it the world government? Or is it the what he created that got him killed in the first place? That he realized that, oh shit, well, I can't go back on this now. Anyways, Mars arrives to wherever the hell he is, power station. What is the status of the power station? I'm seeing to it now, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna cut the power station. We must preserve the contents of that room. I'm almost there. And we have to eradicate all life forms. We must be relentless. Not yet. So, Saint Saturn is already at the power station. So, the other four said, we must be relentless. So, anything, bombard it, get rid of it. We don't care. Do anything, anything and everything at all costs. Vegapunk continues. I was fixated on my dream of developing an everlasting energy source, hell bent on driving the world to a bigger and brighter future. And you just see this big panel. I don't know what this is, but it says Mother Flame. Now, I don't know if it's that, oh God, now I gotta look back on the chapter. I don't know if that's what bombard or eradicated that damn kingdom that Sabo was at, that created that hole in the earth, in the ocean. I don't know if that was that or the one at Annie's lobby. But if it is, that is one hell of a way to hide wherever the hell that is. But the mother flame is what Saint Saturn said. Now, Vegapunk says, I shouldn't get ahead of myself though. It's no use. Saturn says, nothing's working. Now, in this panel, the giant robot is making his way to Egghead Island. Or he already made landfall on Egghead Island. Because you do see he's already on the tree, on the island. Because you see a bunch of trees being smushed and pushed away. So the Marines are shooting this giant robot, but nothing's working, as usual. But then again, they got shit aim, just like stormtroopers. So, go figure. Now he continues. In order to, what was it? In order to understand where the world is heading, we must first address the past, especially what happened between 900 and 800. If you can't see what my arms is, but 800 and not 900 years ago, or 900 800 years ago. A century-long period that most think of as a blank part of history. Now, there's a a silhouette of Eam sitting to the side, and he's in a thought bubble or a bubble. ... He's completely silent. So I'm thinking Eam is either pissed or thinking about what his next step is of after Vegapunk release all their information, because I'm pretty sure after he spills everything about the secrets of the world government, the history. Oh, okay, there's gonna be a lot of buster calls and mobilization of Marines. What else? Uh Shit. What can I say? God's Knights, I'm pretty sure, be mobilized at this point, which if Im wants to, he can send out the God's Knights, which he is completely commanding over. But we'll see, you know. Like you just see Im just sitting there quietly. And Marishwa, like I said before, Celestial Dragons, everybody's hearing this. Especially the Celestial Dragons. They know if that shit gets out, then it's a wrap. Those miserable Marines, what are they doing? Hurry and shut this Cretan's mouth. Frantically is known as the voice sentry, as Vegapunk says, since all information about it has either been erased or lost. And that is true for the most part. But there is one last key to unlocking some scraps and echoes from back then. And you just have one, I don't know what her name is, by the way. And I don't give a damn. But she has a little question. The voice sent you. What is he talking about? So, does I want to say, do some celestial dragons know about the voice sentry, and some don't, and some do not know the voice sentry? That's kind of interesting. Uh, I love to hear people's opinions about that, but you have one celestial dragon that doesn't know about the voice sentry, and some that do. So you got one category that doesn't know about the voice sentry, and one doesn't, which is kind of weird. No, I'm gonna move my hands, but I'm trying to like get the categories. Damn it, camera. But anyways, the poneglyphs, those lonely stones dwelling in the various quiet and calm lands all over the globe. So he's talking about the poneglyphs that's been, for some damn reason, scattered across the whole world. Except for the red poneglyphs. I wonder if he's going to get to that. But right now, he's talking about the regular poneglyphs. Excuse me. The poneglyphs, those lonely stones dwelling in various quiet and calm lands all over the globe. The text inscribed on them, once decoded, is our one and only method of guessing this unknown past. So, is he talking about the gray poneglyphs? Because if he is, then Robin, I wonder if what Robin said when we first, when Crocodile took her to the poneglyph in the Alabasta, to the underground, to where the hell that is, underground, and there was a poneglyph. I wonder if she lied, and the only thing that was there was, instead of the location of one of the weapons, could it be the history of that missing voice sentry text? Because if that's it, then that's probably what's what's been going on, of what Robin been reading, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, you go to Orange Town East Blue, and you just see oh, that's kind of interesting. You just have a panel of the Orange Town people discussing it, East Blue, and then it cuts to Amazon Lily. They are listening to this and believe, shocked to hell about the information that's been bomb dropped on everybody. Vegapunk continues. Despite this, any attempts to decipher the poneglyphs is considered taboo by the world government. Ugh. So O'Hara got busted across the hell, and we all know why. And so I felt compelled to commit my grave sin, second sin. I betrayed the government and studied this forbidden era myself. So I think his first sin, great sin, was creating a power source to harness. So Vegapunk created a power source. In turn, I believe that power source was what created that hole in the damn sea ocean floor. And still there, by the way. After all those years, it's still there. So Vegapunk, believe it or not, created that power source. What's that power source? It was the Mother Flame. Now, his other great sin, second sin, he says it. He studied the Forbidden Era himself. So that was his second sin. I don't know why he said that, but I think he needs to add tax on the third sin, was making a bunch of clones of Bonnie's father, Kuma, for some damn reason. That's your third sin, son. Or Gramps. That was your third sin. That wasn't your second. That was your third sin. So add that to the text. Or add that to on there. Robin is completely silent and baffled by this information too, so I was fortunate enough to inherit several documents from a certain group of exceptional archaeologists, and that allowed me to decipher a number of poneglyphs. So he's talking about the O'Hara scientists, or researchers, by the way. I pursued this research as far as possible, and I have no regrets. So, he has no regrets. Do you have any regrets? Do you? Because I think you. I mean, I guess you. I guess you can say you did. Well, your third sin was committing. What can I say? Shit. I mean, turning Bonnie's dad into a damn cyborg and making clones of him. I think you have the right to turn him back, but can't do that when you're dead. Dead and slouching. While your tongue is out, by the way. Boy. Anyways, history is a story after all. And you just have Nami and the others wondering what's that moving, the ground's moving, and that's when the clouds stretching. So now they can get onto the ship and get the hell out the way, but they have to wait on Zoro, and I don't know if Sanji's there too, but they have to wait on Zoro and Jinbei to get the hell on the ship. This must what Edison was talking about. And they explain how they get off the edge of the clouds, and they explain it. The lead right into the ocean. Now, shit. Well, Vegapunk continues, and in truth, was born 9 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom. You just see Luffy fighting off the boar, which that still ain't working, by the way. And just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf. Well, we'll skip that for a moment though. But I only know a small fragment of this 100-year-old tale. It wouldn't be right to leave you with baseless speculation. So I'll limit myself to the facts as I know them. Now, back to what I was saying, was born 9 years ago in a bountiful advanced kingdom. So we all know what's the advanced kingdom too. So I'll put the text right there on the left side, right side. And it's just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf. Pay attention to that. He too with a stretchy and elastic body. They called him Joy Boy. Sorry, I had to put emphasis on that. But Dory says enough Straw Hat is pointless. And now Vegapunk's last before this chapter ends says this: the star of this story, it was the first man to take the seas, the first one to be called a pirate, the original pirate. It wasn't Roger, it wasn't what I was gonna say something. It wasn't Zebek. Could it be Joy Boy? Was he the first original pirate? We don't know. We gotta wait a break next week. So final thoughts. Well, first things first. We all know why Vegapunk. We all know the title of this. The title of this little chapter, the Wings of Icarus. Vegapunk committed 2 sins, even though he said 2 sins. We all know he committed 3 sins. 3 sins, yes, 3 sins. So, Vegapunk created a power source, which was Mother Flame. So now he's divulging that information to the whole world. He said, yes, I created a power source. And somehow, some way, that led to the... I got my thoughts here. Somehow, some way, the world government, the 5 elders got a hold of it. Even though it was top secret, I think it was top secret for Vegapunk. So I think one of the 5 elders caught on to what Vegapunk was making and called him out for it and really said, you know what? Give me that. Give us that power source. We'll make better use of it. And what better use of it by getting rid of islands they see fit as annoying, a guy in the way of the plans, or a rebellious kind of, or rebellion, or rebels they need to extinguish immediately. So here we are, though, in this past, or in the future right now, in the past present. Another thing, everybody was quiet about the rising sea level. Even Don Flamingo had a little comment right there. Maybe we should maybe you should take us even higher, to a place even higher. So that's a key. That's a little key idea right there. Keep that bookmark for further down the line, because that's going to become important when the sea level is risen to exceptionally high levels. Uh, Now my other part I was like uh that I was really concerned about was like the meters of water. So if 5 days go by, 1 meter will go up. One sea levels will go up by 1 meter. I explained this. I'm gonna explain it again. So 5 days, 1 meter will go up. Another 5 days pass, another meter goes up. Another 5 days, well, we don't know how meet. I'm thinking it's the earthquake, though. But then again, it may not be the earthquake, but it's probably the earthquake. But I don't know if that's really affecting the Fishman fish Fishman Island. I don't know if that's affecting the ocean, but we'll see once the next chapter though. Then again, you have the giant robot making its way to the island. And they even said, what is it? We didn't even phase it. So nothing's gonna hurt it. So wherever this damn giant robot that's making towards Luffy's group and the others, we don't know how powerful this thing is. We don't know how strong it is. It's probably strong enough to obliterate. I mean, it caused problems back then in the Marie's Wall until they got that damn thing off the red line. But that's kind of ish. But like I said, Vegapunk spilled everything. He flew close to the damn sun, and his wings got burnt, and boom, he died for it. Committed 2 sins. You committed 3 sins, Vegapunk. Don't lie. That you know what? That's your fourth lie. That's your fourth sin. You lied too. So there you go. But that's ooh. 2 level. The bombshell. The real takeaway of this chapter is the earthquake and the sea level is rising. So that's the whole takeaway I got from this. Is that whoa. So that's kind of crazy. So the water. So if everything gets submerged underwater, does that mean? What about the devil fruit users? Ooh, if that's happened, then people that ate in the devil fruit would die because they can't swim. It's the curse of the sea. So that might be cause of concern for people with devil fruits, if you catch my drift. But if you like this video, this chapter so far, give it a thumbs up, a like, and then hit subscribe. Comment down below if you think that Vegapunk told 4 lies, 4 sins, committed 4 sins, because he lied and said he committed 2 sins. In fact, committed 4 sins. I don't know why I say created. But thank you for watching. Have a good day, and see you next adventure. Later.